Welcome back to the HirePOS Fundamentals Video Series. In this video, we're going to look at the different ways you can find and search for information in HirePOS, including items, customers, sales records, and more. As your system grows, being able to quickly locate the right record becomes essential. HirePOS gives you several ways to do this, ranging from fast, global searches through to very detailed, targeted search screens. The key is knowing which tool to use for the question you're trying to answer. Let's start with the quickest option, global search. You'll find this by clicking the magnifying glass icon in the top right-hand corner of the blue main menu. Global search is ideal when you already know a key piece of information, such as an invoice number, item code, or customer name. From here, you can choose between three search areas: customers, sales and hire, suppliers, orders and expenses, or items and packages. If we're searching under customers, sales and hire, we can type in a number or a name and press enter. HirePOS will return matching customers and transactions. Clicking a result takes you straight to that record. Invoices open as invoices and customers open in customer overview. The same concept applies to suppliers and orders. For items and packages, you can search by description, item code, or package code. Global search returns a small number of matches, so it works best when you're confident about what you're looking for and want to get there quickly. If what you're searching for isn't easily narrowed down, for example, you don't know the invoice number or the name is ambiguous, you'll want to use one of HirePOS's dedicated search screens. Each major area of the system has its own Find screen. Customers are searched via Customer Overview, payments have Find Payments, and sales and hire transactions are searched using the Find Sales and Hire screens. These screens give you much more control over how records are filtered and displayed. Let's focus on Sales and Hire, Find Sales and Hire. This screen lets you surgically search for quotes, bookings, and invoices based on their properties, not just a single identifier. You can filter by different date types, such as quoted date, booked date, date from, or invoice date. Within a specific date range, you can filter by transaction type, that is quotes or bookings or invoices. You can filter by hire status, such as pending hire, on hire, returned, or rolled. You can filter based on whether the records are active or cancelled. Or you can filter based on payment status, such as paid or outstanding. You can also enter a general search term, which may match customer names, references, customer PO numbers, or other invoice details. All of these filters can be stacked together, allowing you to progressively narrow the results until you find exactly what you're after. Sometimes you don't remember the invoice or the customer, but you do remember the item that's on hire. That's where Find Sales and Hire by Item comes in. Instead of showing just one row per invoice, this screen shows one row per invoice line. If an invoice contains multiple items, you'll see multiple rows for that invoice on this screen. This makes it ideal for questions like, which job included this specific item? Or, where has this asset been used? Or, which invoices contained this item code? You can search by item description or item code, and you still have access to the same date and hire status filters that we saw on the previous Find Sales screen. There's also Find Sales and Hire by location. This screen is useful if you are searching by site or delivery address rather than by billing customer. It searches against delivery information and job locations instead of billing customer details. For example, if you know a job is at a particular site but don't remember the customer name or invoice number, you can search by that address or site name and locate all related records. This is especially powerful when combined with the hire filters and date ranges, such as finding jobs that are currently on hire or expected to return within a certain region or area. Back on the main Find Sales and Hire screen, let's talk about the Filters button. Clicking the blue Filters button opens an extended filter panel. Depending on your system setup, this may include filters for branch and state, customer category, specific customers, contacts and staff, invoice categories, LTH numbers, which stands for long-term hire numbers, amount ranges, or status. Each Find screen in HirePOS has its own filter stack, tailored to what that screen searches. Whenever any filter on the current screen is active, the Filters button turns red. This is your visual cue that you're not seeing the full data set. If something looks missing or the results are empty, the first thing to check is whether the Filters button is red. Clicking the X clears all filters and restores the full data view. These filtering concepts apply across HirePOS. For example, in Setup Items, filters can help narrow down large item lists by type, category, and other attributes. In Sales and Hire Availability, filters allow you to focus on only items or categories you care about when checking availability. The filters aren't identical on every screen, but the idea is always the same. Narrow the data set so you can answer a specific question more easily. On some screens, you'll also see a cog icon next to the Filters button. This opens screen-specific settings that control how the screen behaves for the current user. On the Availability screen, the cog allows you to control how many items are returned per search, enable or disable additional filters, or adjust information display options. On the Find Sales and Hire screen, this cog lets you show or hide dashboard tiles, adjust or remove columns from the results grid, or adjust how bond information is displayed in the results. These settings don't change your data. They simply help tailor the screen to the way you work. To summarize, today we've looked at global search for fast, direct lookups, dedicated search screens for customers, payments, and items, the 3 Find Sales variants by record, by item, and by location, how filters work, how they stack, and how to recognize when they're active, and finally, how the cog button lets you customize certain screens. If something ever seems to be missing, always check for active filters first. It's a common thing to overlook. Thanks for watching. You can always get more help and info at help.hirepos.com. See you in the next video.